There has been a scare of the XE variant of COVID-19 after BMC announced that a 50-year-old woman with a travel history to South Africa may have been infected with the newly discovered variant. Now, let's take a look at this new strain. Now, XE is a recombinant, which is a mutation of BA1 and BA2 Omicron strains. Now, the World Health Organization said that the new mutation XE appears to be 10% more transmissible than BA2 subvariant of Omicron. Now, the XE variant has so far been detected in less than 1,000 patients in UK, with reports claiming that earlier specimen was recorded in January this year. Now, in the case of the South African returnee who was suspected to have the variant, genomic experts in SACOG, which tested the sample, claimed that the genomic constitution of this variant did not correlate with the genomic picture of XE variant. Now, according to BMC officials, a case of the Kappa variant was also detected during the genome sequencing of 376 samples, the 11th batch of testing in the local genome sequencing lab. Now, as per the report, the condition of the patient infected with the new strain of virus is not serious. While 228 out of the 376 samples were sequenced from Mumbai, 99% of these samples tested positive for the Omicron variant. We're getting all the latest updates on the strains of COVID-19 in Mumbai.
And here's a look at the top international news in brief. Former Trump advisor Peter Navarro and Dan Scavino were held in contempt of Congress for their month-long refusal to comply with subpoenas rendered by the House Committee's investigation into the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The two men became the latest members of the former President Donald Trump's inner circle to face legal jeopardy as the Select Committee continues its more than 9-month-long probe into the worst attack on the Capitol in more than 200 years. A third person has been arrested in connection with Sunday morning's shooting in Sacramento that left 6 people dead. The third person arrested was charged with a weapons violation after he was found to be carrying a handgun after the shooting. Meanwhile, police believe at least 5 shooters were involved in the mass shooting in downtown Sacramento last weekend and that it was gang-related violence. The Texas governor, Greg Abbott, a Republican, has announced what he called unprecedented actions to deter migrants coming to Texas. The move came in response to the Biden administration announcing last week it will end the use of public health law that has limited asylum in the name of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Border Patrol officials say that they are planning for as many as 18,000 arrivals daily after May. A day after Republicans blocked a debate on a $10 billion COVID-19 compromise bill, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki has underscored that COVID is not over and urged Republicans to stop playing politics and reach a deal on a funding bill.
We're going to continue to work closely with Congress to drive to a solution because the president knows that we can't afford inaction in this moment. It's going to require politicians to stop skirting their responsibility to the American people. COVID is not over, and we have an obligation to protect our country, the American people, and make sure we're taking steps to prepare. Finally,
a small encampment of homeless people defiantly stood its ground against New York City police and sanitation workers before authorities moved to clear tents, blankets and other belongings as part of a crackdown launched by the mayor to rid his city of people living on the streets. Now, police arrested 2 homeless people and several of their advocates who for hours had shielded a handful of homeless people from being removed from the streets.